Yo, yo, Prince Charles in the building, man. Yeah, it's time for me to get stressed the fuck out. We're gonna play Red Dead Revolver. Oh, I hate playing this damn game. But hey, man. Alright, I'm playing on 2 episodes of Red Dead Revolver, then I'm done shooting. I'm gonna be busy as fuck later, handling business with the family. Family business, so it's the only stream I'm doing until Tuesday where I'm back to doing double streams. Unless something happens that day. Where it's like, oh, I'm too busy to do double streams. You know, let's do it. Red Dead Revolver. This game right here pisses me the fuck off, dude. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's fucking do it. Let's do it, man. Widowmaker. Okay, which one? Ah, see, this look fire. Okay, the dynamite. We need this motherfucker. Let's do it, man. 2 episodes. We in the penthouse with it. Facing, where the fuck we facing? I forgot.
That no-good governor is gonna be sorry he burned down my ranch after I get through with this fancy house.
I don't think the governor is going to be in a position to care about much of anything soon.
Keep your heads
Oh,
down, boys.
we in this hole. Damn, nigga. I just got here. Nigga shoot.
He's closing in on the governor. Keep fighting. Governor reward you handsomely.
Brother, man, I died already? Nigga, man, I'm looking washed, man.
No! You've collected your last bounty. Governor Griffin will reward you handsomely. You'll never make it to the governor.
Come on, come on, come on. Shum on. Shum on. Shum on. That nigga scared me. I'm like, nigga, fuck is that? A bear? Shum on. Us.
He's closing in on the governor.
Fuck it, come on. Hey, where the fuck these niggas at, man? I guess we just walk around and shoot niggas. Let's do it.
You got a pretty big price in your head for a bounty hunter.
Nigga, you just standing there. The fuck? No, the nigga just stood there. The fuck?
Get him alive!
Come here.
Governor's offering
Headshot.
$1,000 in gold for your heads, boys. That's what I call it.
Headshot. Oh my goodness. Nigga shot straight from our damn skin. Oh, baby. Where you come from, big dog? Where you come from, big dog? Damn. Straight to the head.
I think we should.
On fire. I'm not gonna lie, nigga. I'm getting them headshots. I'm getting them headshots like a motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie. What the fuck is that?
We gotta stop him here, boys.
Nigga, move. Move your body. Better move, nigga. Hold on. Nigga, I'm shooting the wall.
He mustn't reach the governor. I'm gonna collect that bounty on this bounty hunter.
Someone looks odd about these words. Something looks odd. Might be. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Might be a trap. Bad feeling about this one, Red. Root 2 shooting. Root pool shooting.
Sheriff never
Move.
hurts.
Fuck going on? Oh, bad feeling something's happening.
You're mine, bounty hunter.
Damn.
Mama didn't raise no fool. Oh!
Yeah, he did. I mean, yes, she did. Yeah, she raised a fool. Yo, Jag, what's happening, man? Shit. Where the fuck that nigga go? What time are you gonna be in a loop to shoot niggas, man? Come on. Where the fuck is what's the name at? This place look good, by the way. Something look odd about these walls. Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, dynamite. Got dynamite, do I? Let's blow these walls up then. Hold on. Nigga, dynamite don't work with these? There's a cutscene. What the fuck?
Right, a secret door. That's the
A
stuff.
secret door?
Squeeze right to the bastard. I'll keep these devils at bay. You see where that passage leads.
My nigga about to get shot, man. Damn. Loading. Okay, we here. Widowmaker. I won't say, nigga.
Let's bust these folks
Biggity,
in.
biggity, biggity, biggity.
Give it up, bounty hunter. You're not getting in. The governor don't pay me enough to get killed. Count me out. You're mine, bounty hunter.
Oh my god, my aim is off the fucking wall. And this so off the wall.
Up until now, this has been the easiest duty I've
Huh. Duty. My nigga said duty. Nigga last word was duty. I'm so childish. Nigga's last word was duty. Yo, come on, man. Shoot. I'm not gonna lie, I'm motherfucking gonna die being childish shit, nigga. Ah, you fucker. Come here. Nigga, whoa, okay. It's a joking,
Up until
damn.
now,
Okay, nigga, okay. Time out. let me not be childish. I'm gonna be careful. Ah, man, what the fuck? Red, back
governor's
up.
offering $20,000 in gold for your head, boys.
Oh my god, nigga, I can't aim for shit.
Run, men. If he doesn't get us, the governor will.
Fuck it,
He's closing in on the governor.
bitch. Damn,
Let's finish him.
there's somebody. That shot. I'll be a boss battle.
I busted up the place something good. Found the keys to the whole place on one of them dead blue jackets. Still ain't seen hide nor hair of that sneaky governor, though. Let's keep
Hmm,
moving. He's gotta be around here somewhere.
okay. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Get him! Get him! Shot me! Over now!
Good shooting, Red!
Mama didn't raise no fools!
Them niggas running around.
I gotta collect that bounty on...
Watch out, Red!
Annie, you just shot me. Run that back.
Gun them down!
Good
I
shooting,
almost say her
Red!
shit got the clap back. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna shotgun got a clap back, man.
He mustn't reach...
I ain't talking about her bottom. Ooh.
Alright, Red! Let's finish him off!
Hell, I'd kill...
Annie, where you get this gun from, man? Oh my god. Fuck it.
They killed the boss! Get me!
Annie, watch out, man. These niggas.
Now you're messing with us, man. And you've got to die. They can't get away with this. Who are these guys? You get past us and your life ain't worth a damn. Die,
Come on, come on.
who did that?
Annie, what the fuck? Man, I need to go. Okay, man.
That's it, you're going down.
Are you alright?
Are you alright, Annie? You just shot me.
Going for the governor.
Damn, Annie, I'm not the enemy here.
We can't let him get away with
What
that
the fuck is...
You've come too far to give up now!
Careful. These
Oh my
guys
god.
weren't in the battle royale for nothing, boys.
Watch out, Red!
Watch out, Red indeed, but you just shot me. And sent me back to Mars. Talk about some damn watch out, Red. Come on, Annie. You're doing too much. Annie! Please move. Please shoot me. Damn. What the fuck, Annie? My goodness gracious. I'm not gonna lie, I'm doing this shit till she start fucking doing that bullshit. And nigga, man, come, Annie, what the fuck, man? Get away. Annie, no, we're not doing this, Annie. We're not doing this, Annie. Annie, we're not doing this. Why are you, Annie? Ain't nobody here, Annie. Why you right here, Annie? Please, do not. Please, don't do this. Don't you dare. I forgot how to. Wait, is this way I roll some? Nah. Nigga, I'm washed like a motherfucker, man. Girl, you look your sweet hood now. She got the clap back. But Annie, please. Oh, up them stairs I go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. Relax.
Alright, Red! Let's finish him off!
We can't let you pass, bounty hunter. Defend the
Dynamite.
governor at all costs. You'll never make it to the governor. This has gone far enough. Stop
Like,
it.
where you come from? What the fuck? Hey, man. Where the fuck did this nigga come from, man? Yo, where the fuck did he come from? Not gonna lie, nigga. Where did he come from?
Run along home. What is that? Wait.
Oh, they shoot my black ass. Ah!
Who are
Fuck!
these guys? Take cover, boys! They're too good. Let's get out of here. Ah!
All right, Red, let's finish him off.
And she's getting finished off. I'm talking about like, but if I go by her, she'll fucking send my shit back to Mars, my nigga. Yeah, Annie, I'm not gonna lie. If I get near Annie, she'll fucking shoot me. Like, I'll be right here because I got protect.
We gotta stop him here, boys. Defend the governor at all costs. This is not fun.
Yeah, my nigga got buck teeth.
Good shooting, Red.
Governor Griffin will award you I'm gonna collect that bounty on this bounty hunter. You'll never make it to the governor. Who are
Annie,
these gunslingers were in
fuck you doing, Annie? Come on,
Wait till you see what we got in store for you, bounty hunter.
please, Annie,
Boys, they're going for the
relax.
governor.
Now let's get the governor.
You're not welcome here. Run along home. They can't get away with this. Try and get past us and your life ain't worth a damn. Get back!
Fuck it, why not? This is a good place to do a checkpoint on. Why not? Fuck it, makes sense. Be smart. Sometimes you be smart about checkpoints, man. That's the actual fuck it. That's my advice on playing Red Dead Revolver. Be smart about your checkpoints. Yeah, they turn my shit to some Hawaiian punch. Place an Osmos right there. We all good. We just beat these niggas with dynamites, man. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not gonna lie. Mm.
We've come too far to give up now.
Oh my god, girl, you looking sweeter now in a special way. What the fuck? How the fuck these niggas dodging the fucking dynamites, man? Oh, I'm not gonna lie. This might be it. Oh, I can do that. But these niggas just fucking. These niggas stand around.
We've come too far to give up now.
Checkpoint King. Yes, sir. Andy, what are you doing? Where you at, Andy? Are you up there? Oh, Andy getting shot like a motherfucker.
All right, Red,
Andy, I was gonna say some crazy shit like, but my,
hey, soldier, ready to do some fighting?
Just point me in the right direction, ma'am.
oh my god, Andy's on the verge of getting shot.
You two go on and look for the governor. I'm gonna stay here and find Mr. Swift.
No, that's good. Cause she almost got shot.
I'm afraid the governor is otherwise occupied. Next time, I suggest you make an appointment. Only there ain't gonna be no next time.
Boss battle. Oh, nigga, what the fuck? Whoa! This right here? Oh, my nigga, I ain't done this in a minute. I'm gonna be washed. You got me there, buddy. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my goodness. Damn. Yo, you looking sweet tud now. My nigga, what? Ain't no way. Damn. Red, you ain't shoot this nigga. Thank you. I was gonna say, nigga, shoot him, man. Ah, damn, nigga, shoot him. Shit. I want to say, man, this episode was kind of stressing. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of checkpoints. But hey, what can I say, man? I had to work hard for those, man. That shit was kind of stressful, I'm not gonna lie. But like, hey, I managed to actually get to the next episode. Probably don't want to play the next episode, but next episode might be even more stressful than last episode. Let's do it. The final episode. Or, you know what? It's probably the final episode before the stream. Yeah, go stream on Tuesday. I am busy. Buffalo Soldier.
You got no chance,
A
son.
black man on
Best
our
you just
side.
turn around and keep on going.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no shame in cheating death twice.
I've got some nitro I found there in the governor's office. You lay down some fire, and I'll take that gate right down.
Okay. They stupid. That's it, right? We should shoot these niggas. Wait, that's it? Go on without me, hit ass nigga.
Off! Best way to help me is to put a bullet in that man's brain. Get going, bounty hunter.
Oh my god, this nigga died. A stupid death. Oh my god! This nigga died so, man, fuck. Nigga horrifying. Fuck. Where'd he go?
You're all fired if you don't stop it.
Nigga, what?
You should have stayed away.
Why is it lagging? Ah.
Kill him or I'll kill you. Ain't a man alive that can beat the Scorpion Revolver. Feel it out! You should have stayed at the farm. I always regretted what happened back on
Ah,
Daddy's farm.
man, I was
I should have
fucking
been
that
there.
nigga up. ain't no
Sure,
fucking
you
way,
told me.
man.
But lucky for
Man,
me,
ain't no way.
I
That's
get a
some
second
bullshit.
chance.
We really doing this duel? Oh, come. Nigga called me on guard. They called me on guard. Wait a second. Are you serious? Tell me go start with the. Oh, you gotta be fucking serious, right? Oh, fuck no. Yeah, I think I talked so damn much. I end up getting shot. Nigga shot so damn quick.
Kill him or I'll kill
I
you.
already know how to kill this nigga. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta do it again though.
Ain't a man alive that can beat the Scorpion Revolver.
I got bailed out, my
Always
nigga.
regretted
No,
what
this
happened
nigga
back
got
when you
bailed the
finished
fuck out.
Red.
Ah, it's so impossible. Man, come on. Awesome bullshit. I almost had this nigga. At this point, I don't even care. Oh my goodness. Man, what the fuck? Can I shoot him? Thank you. God damn. God damn, nigga. The fuck?
Never did
God
like him
damn.
much.
This the end of the story, huh? Man, nigga, how the fuck? You ain't dead? Buffalo
Jack.
Soldier ain't dead? Yeah, Jack Swift dead.
Well, Red, I'm not saying Griffin
What
didn't
kind of name is
deserve
Jack
it,
Swift, man? You
but
gonna fucking
he
kill
was the
fat as
governor.
fuck. What the
I reckon
fuck?
the army will be sniffing around here, and, well, I'd hate to see you hang after all you've done.
Uh-huh.
5,000 in gold sound like a fair bounty?
Oh, yeah. This the end of Red Dead Revolver. The final episode of Red Dead Revolver. Man, holy shit. I have did it. I have beat Red Dead Revolver in my own way. With all the checkpoints. All the times I managed to beat them boss battles. Which I thought
Leave it
was
to
kind of
them.
easy and shit. It was also normal. Holy
We're
shit,
never worried
man.
about the money.
I'm not gonna lie. We on to bigger and better things. Bam, boom, bam. Bam, bam, da, 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 da. Hey, man, what can I say, man? I ain't gonna see that kind of catchphrase, but you know the tone. Yeah. Hey, I have finished Red Dead Revolver. Hey! Hey! I finished Red Dead Revolver. Oh my goodness. Yes, sir. Yes, the fuck, sir. Yeah! Come on, baby. Hey, man. Hey, man. I'm not gonna lie. It took like a, what, some months to finish this damn game, man. But I finally did. Red Dead Revolver. A stressful game to play. My goodness gracious, but I can say those stressful times was kind of fun. But not really, but kind of fun to look back at. Holy shit. Oh, I have finished Red Dead Revolver, man. Not gonna lie, I ain't gonna let the curse roll because, man, that's enough. Nigga, I finished Red Dead Revolver. I'm happy I finished Red Dead Revolver. What a goddamn journey Red Dead Revolver was. Bam, bam. Hey, that's me. There goes my name right there. Well, I am done with Red Dead Revolver. It's been a journey, man. It's been a stressful journey to say the least. I'm not gonna lie. But hey, man, I'll see y'all niggas on Tuesday. I am done streaming. Prince Tory and the Sun out. Well, I'm gonna talk for long because my computer's kind of laggy a little bit. Oh, well, it's back in OBS. What's the name? Prince Tory and the Sun out. Peace. See y'all niggas on Tuesday, man.